So tell me a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Serina Haya. 35. I don't know if I should be saying that. I feel a lot older. And yeah, I work full time, so I'm a recruiter Monday to Friday, which is exciting. And then I've got Modern Maharani, which is my side business, which kind of takes over. I try and put a lot of time into it, but then with my day-to-day family, etc., it's tough. So yeah, recruiter with a side business of
that's amazing.
Design and jewelry.
Like, how are you actually even doing everything with commitments? How do you handle and balance it all?
It's tough. It's actually really tough. Like, you're married, you know what it's like when you're married. Like, there's so many things going on. I've got a dog, which is like actually having a kid. So,
I've heard it is literally the same thing like having a child.
It's like having a baby. But I think with a baby it's easy because you can pick your baby up and take the baby with you, but you can't do that with a dog.
Yeah.
And I live with my in-laws, so there's a lot of demands, there's a lot going on. Like, it's busy family life and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just taking that time out, I think, being able to maybe spend a couple of hours in the evening sometimes, or maybe on a weekend.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll get like family and friends involved if I've got an event going on.
Oh, that's really supportive. I really like that. Tell me a little bit about Modern Maharani. So where did the name come from? Because I love the word Maharani.
It is a cool name. It took ages. It took absolutely ages to decide because I wanted something that was like different. Yeah. And I didn't just want like Serena's jewels and there's nothing wrong with that, but I didn't want it to be reflective of me. I wanted it to be reflective of other women.
Oh, I love that.
So that's
like reflective of the customer.
Yeah,
I love that.
It wasn't me, it was who was wearing it.
Yeah.
And it was the queen, which we are pretty much every single day, hustling day to day, working. And then it was like the modern way, because like back in the day it was different, wasn't it? Women stayed at home, they raised kids, whereas now women are working. They've got kids, they've got like full-time jobs, they've got businesses on the side, they're influencing whatever they might be doing. So it was like the modern day princess queen kind of thing.
Yeah, and we're doing a lot, right? Like there's I feel like women now are doing so much more than back in the day. And I think it's because we've got a lot of opportunities.
Yes.
So what made did you have any other names that you had in mind, or did you go straight in and that's the one for you?
We had a couple, so I was like asking friends, I was asking family, as you do when you're starting something up, because you're like, is the idea really bad, or shall I do it, shall I not? So I was like back and forth, and asked a couple of friends, and they were like, yeah, I like it. No one was really set on it though. And then I asked my husband, and he was like, no, I really like that. And then I was like, do you know what? I like it, so I'm going to do it. And then we started designing the logo, and then it all just came together when I started to see the logo with the name, and I was like, no, I love it.
It puts it into perspective, doesn't it? Because you start to see it, and then it all of a sudden just starts to feel real.
Yeah.
So when did you start? Because I feel like, has it been a couple of years? Or
so it was during the pandemic. Yeah. So it was literally the end of 2020. Nice. So I started thinking about the idea. So I got made redundant from my job. So I was out of work for a couple of months, and then I was thinking of the idea. We've got a jewellery designer who's a family friend that I was working with, so we were bouncing ideas off each other. I was like, should we just start designing jewellery and stuff that we would potentially wear, but then for other people?
That is such a cool... So do you think, actually, having that time off and being redundant, did you have this idea in your mind before kind of COVID started, and then it resurrected because you had the time, or was it more so you just had that perfect moment to be like, do you know what, I want to do something for myself, so I'm going to get started with this jewellery side because that's the passion that I've got. How did it work out?
I think it was more definitely think being made redundant and having COVID existing probably made it possible. Yeah. It might have been a thought before, like maybe I've got a creative side, I wanted to use it, but I never really put it into practice. So I probably didn't have the time, I didn't even really think about it because I was so busy. And then having that time where I wasn't doing anything, like, what do I do?
I love that because I do think, I mean, as much as COVID has been, it's been really hard for so many people, but it's also given the chance for women like yourself to think of these ideas, get their creative side going. Yeah. So what kind of products do you sell? Tell the kind of viewers what products you sell and what you do.
So all our jewellery is it's all semi-precious stones.
I like the word precious.
Yeah, so every stone that we use is semi-precious, so we don't just colour in the stone it's literally, if the stone comes like that, that's how the jewellery will be designed.
Have you got some to show us?
Yeah, I've got a couple. Shall I show you a few of the designs?
Oh, I love jewellery.
Do you like this? These are a little bit more heavier, so I'd probably say more sort of like...
Oh my god, that's so different as well.
Yeah,
that feels really regal.
Yeah,
like luxury.
And all these stones are like semi-precious. All the beading is quite exquisite. It isn't like crystal type of jewellery.
I really like this. And do you do mainly is it for bridal wear? Is it party wear or?
It's a real mix.
Yeah.
It's a real mix. So I would say that's heavier, maybe if a bride wanted to wear it, but it could be like the sister of the bride. It could be that someone who just really wants to dress up. It could be a close friend. It could be anybody.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be the bride.
This is so unique. Have you got any more?
Yeah, I've got a couple. I mean, this one is probably one of my favourite, but this is definitely bridal. I mean, it is stunning.
Oh my god, I love this.
It is really pretty.
This is so unique as well. This is so nice. So what kind of inspires you to create such designs?
It's just a real mix of, I think, being on Instagram, being on social media, having a look at Bollywood and all the stunning like women that are on there and all their jewelry. And it's just putting little things together. And because we work with the designers, they'll give us ideas of what's kind of new, what's trending, and then we'll sketch some ideas, put things together, and then it comes to light.
I really love it.
Thank
I absolutely love it. So one of the things that so I've also got a brand of my own, and there's been so many challenges sort of along the way. What sort of challenges have you had with Modern Maharani so far?
Oh, that's a tough question. Haven't really thought about it, to be fair.
Oh, that's good. That means you're kind of ploughing through them, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, I've probably had so many, but I'd probably say during COVID, that was probably tough because I'm still an online brand. So I think being able to show the brand, but doing that all through social media, that was tough because I'm not that comfortable. Well, I'd say I was on social media for myself, but I wasn't there constantly posting. So doing something like this was completely out of my comfort zone. So that was probably one of the biggest challenges. And I suppose just understanding different types of customers. Everyone's got different needs, haven't they? So
they have. And I feel like social media world as well, and just life and business, it's all, there's quite a lot going on. So there's quite a lot of businesses to choose from. And I think social media is almost like another virtual world. Yeah. So then when you start to kind of put that into your marketing strategy, you're like, well, where do I begin? And then before you know it, you're spending so much time on social media. Yeah. But I mean, for myself, I've found that there's a great community out there. Have you felt the same as well?
Yeah, 100%. So, I mean, you guys are fantastic. Like just working with you guys on Busy City, but even like other influencers and stuff that I've worked with and reached out to, and there's been a couple of campaigns that I've been involved in, and it's been great because it's all been brand new for me. Yeah. So just kind of going into that world and being involved in campaign shoots. I did one in London when I first started with an info, and that was brilliant. It was so good.
I love photo shoots. I always find them so you can get channel into another kind of creativity, right? Yeah,
and you meet so many great people, which is fantastic.
What do you love the most about, like, when you kind of sit down and you're doing your Modern Maharani work? What do you love the most about what kind of activities you like doing?
I love when it comes to light, and I love doing like bespoke orders. Thank you. So I just did a bridal piece. The girl's actually getting married in April, and she's lovely, really, really lovely girl. She had an idea of what she wanted. It showed me her outfit. We put it together, and she fell in love with it. And when she came to try it on, she came with her mum, and she was like, "I love it." She was like trying it all up. Like, it just looks stunning.
That's such a nice feeling as well, to be part of like a bridal journey and then create jewellery for that particular bride with her. So it's not a case of saying, it's not off the shelf items by the sounds of it, right? Yeah. So everything's specific for that person.
Yeah, or it's bespoke, so it might not be specific to someone that's made a custom order. That's something that we can do, but it could just be something that we've made. It's one piece, and then when it kind of sells, it goes. So it isn't kind of off the shelf and we've got 10 in loads of different colours. So it is nice when it comes to light, and then someone loves it and they try it on and it makes their day.
I love that. So if I was getting married again, same man, but if I was getting married again and I, was thinking about my kind of bridal jewellery, and I wanted to purchase something customised and speak to you about that, at what point of that bridal journey should a bride kind of contact you? Is it at the time that she has an outfit, or when do you think it's best for someone to approach you? I
think whenever they feel ready. Like, some people do it before they get their outfit because they want their jewellery to do the talking, which is fine. Some people do it once they have their outfit. So I think whenever that person feels ready, just get in touch. For us, our turnaround is really quick because we've got our own studio. So we can...
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's not in the UK, but we have got our own studio, so we can pretty much turn things around pretty quickly.
That's so good.
And it's a really good one-to-one service. So we'll send you pictures, we'll send you videos. So when the designers are making it, let's say you decide, that's nice, but I want to change it to green. Yeah. We can do that edit, and then before we send it out, as opposed to things coming here.
It's really customised then, like from sort of like every detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that. And what's your sort of next plan for Modern Maharani? So what's the next kind of steps for you?
Gosh, I'm not too sure. I mean, with working full time, it is tough because it's trying to balance that time. I mean, I wish I could spend loads more time on it, and I wish I could do it full time, but I can't. I've got bills to pay and all the rest of it. But I think just growing the brand. I mean, eventually we are online, but I think eventually having some sort of like little boutique.
Oh,
that would be nice. And
for some reason, as soon as you said boutique, I can visualize the kind of regal. Yeah, I can visualize the regalness of like your kind of necklaces, your jewelry, and I can just see like. I can visualise that.
Oh, that's nice.
And it sounds pretty. It sounds like a place for women to actually go and see and feel like a Maharani, right?
Yeah, and also men.
I love that. Yeah.
Also men.
Okay, so what do you do?
Well, it's a new part of our business. So we haven't launched it yet.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about that.
So
what you can share. Yeah.
So we're basic. I mean, men look fantastic when they get married, don't they? With the whole Shawani.
Yeah, I love it.
They look fab. So we're doing like a men's range, so you can get all your like beading, whatever they want to wear. Yeah. We also do that. So it's something that we are launching. I want to probably say in the summer. Yeah. But we've got some of the jewellery. It's just the branding around it. So the logos and everything will be the same, but the name is just slightly different.
I love that. And when it comes to your jewellery, is it specifically just necklace, earrings and a tikka set, or do you do bangles? What else do you do?
We can. So we can do that. It's not something that we focus on, but we can. Let's say you wanted like hand jewellery, bangles, anklets and stuff. Anything just to finish.
I love anklets.
They are pretty.
Yeah. Have you got earrings to show as well? That kind of
I've got a couple to match. So these are the
I love those colours. I love pastel pink and mint.
They're pretty, aren't they? It's it's in fashion at the moment as well.
I love those.
They're kind of like spring, summer kind of colours. And then we've got a couple more. So we've got this piece as well.
These are so pretty.
Yeah, they are recent, and then we've got something like this again.
Oh, I love the colours.
It's just something that's so different. I mean, the reason why it's Modern Maharani is because not every bride has to be in red.
Yes, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you don't want to wear red, don't.
Yeah, and I feel like brides as well now are starting to really be more open about that. I think back in the day there used to be this expectation that you have to wear red. Yeah. And it has to be a particular shade of red. Yeah. And your jewelry has to kind of match. Whereas now it feels like people are, and I love pastels. I feel like pastels are like the next thing. I really like this. I do really like these. I think these are so pretty, and I love the colours as well. So these are really, really unique. So it's been great having you part of This Is City so far. And do you think other sellers should join This Is City?
100%. Yeah. Honestly, your guys' concept is amazing. I heard about this when it was an idea and I thought it was brilliant. Just the fact there's somewhere for Asians, Desi brands to come along and everyone kind of showcase everything together as a community. I think it's brilliant. And all the work that you guys are doing here, I think it's fab. You guys are so engaging. Like for this event, you guys have sent me emails, you kept me up to date. Like I felt like I knew exactly what was happening.
That's brilliant.
So it wasn't, oh my gosh, what's going to happen when I'm there? Or, it was just brilliant. You guys are fab.
Oh,
and I definitely think other Desi brands should join. I think it's a really good journey to get
well, thank you so much for your support. And we wish you all the best with your brand. We're going to be here to support you. And we're going to do our best to get your product seen. And it's been great having you today, so thank you so much. So it's been great speaking to Serina from Modern Maharani today. You can find her products on Facebook and on Instagram. And as she mentioned earlier, you can get into her DMs and ask any questions that you've got about her products.